Alright, I'm gonna try not to get canceled here. I'm not gonna do a good job, so I'm just gonna let it fly. Excuse me. I hate religion. I hate it. I hate the idea of religion. I don't think there's a single way that you can explain it to me, the concept of it to me, because everything seems transactional from the start to the end, right? Let me explain from the beginning. So I was playing racquetball with like these three guys. They were very nice. Let me just put that out there. They were very nice guys. And I started having a conversation, and religion came up, and I was like, I'm very understanding, and I support people that believe in religion, but I am not religious myself. And then we got into a 30-minute conversation basically just talking about religion itself, and they were like heavily Christian. And number one, any time I have a conversation and it regards religion with people, I feel like I'm stuck in a cutscene. I feel like I can't hold X to skip, and like there's no way for you to get out of it. So I'm just stuck there having a conversation about something where I know that I'm not going to change my mind. And I'm willing to listen, and I'm willing to have a conversation, and I'm willing to support my argument. But once again, I feel like I'm stuck. And I feel anybody, it feels similar within the same situation as I'm in, right? But I guess I'll just explain my reasoning and my feelings towards it. So it just feels transactional. Everything about the concept of God himself. Like, you're telling me this guy died for our sins and died for us in order to go to heaven or an eternal hell if we don't follow these guidelines and ask him for forgiveness. I call bullshit. That's fucking stupid. If this guy was truly selfless, truly all seeing, why does he care if we follow what he has to say in order for us to go to heaven? That seems selfish. We have to follow a set line of guidelines that he tells us just because, like, that way, like, he's deserving of it. Just because he died for our sins, we don't owe this guy anything. Like, I'm sorry to break it to you. Is that a harsh truth? Is that offensive? Yeah, of course it is. Because a lot of people are going to hear that and be hurt. But we didn't ask to be here. Nobody on this planet decided that they wanted to live. And because of it, we're supposed to devote our lives to this person that we don't even know the existence of. We don't know that he exists. There's legitimately no concrete proof. And we're supposed to glaze this guy, essentially, and treat him as the all-being power. If he's all-seeing, he can understand that we don't have to believe him, but we're living our lives in a positive manner, so he should understand that we should be able to go to heaven because of it. If we're a bad person, then we should go to hell. I don't fucking know. Number one, every single person's reality of heaven and hell more than likely are probably different if this guy is truly fucking all-controlling, being able to pull strings and whatnot. You're telling me my hell is different from your hell, that's different than that guy's hell, than different than that person's hell, because that doesn't make any sense. That makes absolute zero sense. And I'm like, and I'm saying this to these guys, and they're just like, well, no, like, this guy died for our sins, we owe it to him. And I'm like, we don't owe him shit. We are on our own lives. We own our own lives. If we, number one, if we owe this guy our lives, is that not just fucking slicing the idea of free will in half? Like, that makes no sense to me. Then I don't have control over my life. And it also doesn't make sense because you're trying to convince me of a way to live. You're trying to convince me of, like, this is the right idea. Right? How does God feel about that? How would God feel about that? That doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, I don't get it. And then you speak to these people and they just sound fucking brainwashed. Like, it seems like it comes up in every single conversation that you have with these people, religious or not. And it's like, the best religious people are the people that don't try to force it on anybody else. And they're just understanding that you're allowed to live the life that you want to live. And salvation should fucking come from within. If you're proud of who you are at the end of the day, and you're not, like, living the life that you don't want, don't you think God would want us to live the life that we want? We don't owe it to him. We owe it to ourselves, because we didn't ask to be here. God, dude, I fucking hate that shit. So, yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan, and just the entire concept just sounds stupid. Like trying to convince somebody of a way to live. No, you do you. No judgment. Why should God judge you if you want to live your life a certain way? He shouldn't. If he's truly all-seeing, then he can understand your brain and he can understand your chest. Also, let me bring this up. If you're glazing him, right, and you're like worshiping him, all that kind of stuff, right? Like, what makes you so different? How are you different than any of the 8 billion people? You think God is just going to be like, oh yeah, this guy glazes me, this guy worships me. Yeah, he's going to go to heaven. This guy doesn't. I'm going to go to hell. You really think he thinks like that? You think he's going to specifically has enough time to pick every single person out? Maybe time works differently. It's bullshit. It's so bullshit. And then you look at the statistics, and I talked about this with those guys. It's like every single person that revolves around religion. You see like, oh my God, their quality of life is higher. Their statistics of being less depressed and less anxious are higher, and they're more happy. Yeah, no shit, because you have something to look forward to. You feel like you're owing your life to somebody. So it gives people a reason. That I understand. And that I get. But trying to push that onto people and not recognizing that we should be able to live the lives that we want to live, I don't know. Cancel me, please, dear God. Oh, fuck you. Alright, bye-bye. Also, I had to restart the camera. One of the guys asked me, they were like, does the existence of God being proved make a difference to you? And I was like, no, absolutely not. It means nothing. If I knew there was a God that truly existed, would that change the way that I act? No, absolutely not. Because I would still think that no matter what I end up doing, I have free will, and if I live my life the way that I intend to live it, and I still bring joy and happiness onto other people, and I don't intentionally bring them down, and I'm not a bad person, then God should be understanding and let me into heaven. And if he disagrees with that, that's fucking bullshit. I'm serious. It means absolutely nothing to me, even if I knew he was real. So, and they were like, but if you knew he was real, you would feel differently, right? No. Well, I don't know that, but no. Like that doesn't make any sense to me, and I'm gonna fucking disagree with God. If he was in front of me, and I had to be like, is this truly how you feel? Yes. I feel like he would appreciate that I stood my ground. You know how many people are probably afraid if God was real to truly disagree with him? You know how nice it would be for him to be like, you could send me to hell for all I want. I would fucking own that shit. I would build my own fortress and become fucking the cool God at that point. That shit is so stupid to me. Goodbye.